Okay, so we're just going to look for some collectibles, which I believe, from what I have been told, that there is 2 around here somewhere, around the trees here somewhere. It must be this one over here. There we are. And then there is one more. Alright, we're going to get stuck into that. So we got just 8 to go. I did believe that there should be one on the bridge, but... oh, there you are. So we got 7 to go. So we're gonna finish our mulching. We are in December, so we soon. When can we? Wrong thing. When can we do? So March to May, we can plant grapes and olives. March to June. Okay, so we're gonna need to find ourselves a field. While I have the money, where are we? Is it down here? Down here, I think it's the... no. Nope. Where are you? Sawmill. Carpentry. Not interested in carpentry. Cheese. Not interested in cheese. Not interested in that. Did I miss something? I thought it was over here. That nope. Great. We're gonna buy that. What? Oh, go away. I don't want that. I just want the grape unit. Visit. I don't want the land as well. The land is a bit useless. Is it not? We're gonna buy that. What was the land giving us? Yeah, fill number 8. How big is fill number 8? It'll be funny if we come across a collectible here. Okay, we got barley in here, which is alright. But what is... okay, this is the sales point, the shop. Okay. Now, I realize that we spend the money to buy the grape production, and we don't have one single grape planted. And they may look like a bit of a waste of time and money. And you know what? It is, to a degree, a bit of a waste of all of that. But it is something that we need to get into on this map as well. And that is something that we need to get ready. So, where is my... okay, he's almost done. So we'll wait for him to be done, and then we'll find ourselves a new job to do. You saw what I just did. So don't lower the equipment while you're on your field. Completely forgot that I actually owned that field. And look at this. I'm going to miss some of that, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so we are going to start this again. And this time we are not gonna lower it until we need to lower it, so we don't cause this kind of jumbo garbage, eh? Okay, so let's get this done. Like I think I said in the previous episode, I do enjoy the extra steps. I have to look for a roller as well and start and a disc and all that sort of stuff. You know, it's looking at real farmers. Real farmers in real life, they seem to be doing that. They seem to be, you know, at times just disking stuff in. At times they're chisel plowing. So they're doing different things to their fields. Which it's good that Farming Simulator gives you that opportunity to kind of say, hey, you know, I plowed last year, but this year I'm not going to plow, as it is not required to plow this year. But you know what? You could just, you know, run a disc over it, or a cultivator or something like that, which, you know, gives you something else to do, I suppose, which makes it more realistic. Okay, I'm gonna turn around, but make sure I didn't forget to have the mulcher up this time, because the last thing we want to do is destroy all that field. Now we do know that one of these fields requires lime, and we need to plow. I think it's the field 41 that has to be plowed, and we need to put lime on it, which we are going to obviously do. I haven't done contracts for a little while, as you can see by the money that we have, and that's just because I've done so many contracts right at the beginning that I was getting sick and tired of you know, doing contracts and trying to make money that way. We're kind of up now. I still have, by now I would imagine, quite a bit of flour at the flour mill, or the grain elevator, whatever it's called. I think it's called the flour mill. So we are going to obviously have to pick that up. It looks like we need to. Okay, let's go. We need to bring a sprayer and spray the weeds. Here's our auto load trailer, which we're gonna try and use. As you can see, I've started to already use it once, which makes this more enjoyable. I realize that it's not realistic, and I know some people may complain and say, hey, it's not realistic and so on. But then again, you know, you would have to be honest and say, you know, in real life it would not be so hard to utilize a forklift to lift those things up, as what it seems to be in FS. And you know what, in real life, okay, so what do we have? Fertilizer in here. Oh, I need to get rid of that and fill it up with, I'm trying to think, I'll just do it here, and then we're gonna need to fill it up with herbicide, which we can buy from right over here. What is that? That is lime. Herbicide start. Okay, and we are going to run across it once. Let's quickly do this. Oh, let's not do that. This is exactly what you're not. I didn't expect this to unfold so quickly, to be honest. So there's no way on earth that I would have expected that to be so fast at unfolding. Therefore, I didn't expect it to cause the problems that it did. Anyway, let's get rid of this. Get a bit of a better view. So yeah, it is more enjoyable playing with greenhouses in that way. where you don't have to sit there and manually load, tens upon tens of pallets. If you're only going to do a small greenhouse and you only have 4 or 5 pallets, then it's not really worth it. So yeah, having an auto load trailer makes it more less realistic, but more enjoyable, and obviously a lot quicker to make money. No. Okay, and let's try and get ourselves more in the right type of width. Now I like this spray. It is a little bit slow, but it's alright. It's not an issue at all, the fact that it is a little bit slower than probably the other. Or is it just feel a bit slower because of the size of it? I'm not quite sure. 9 kilometers per hour feels a bit slow, but that's okay. The fact that it's so wide makes up for it. Not sure how realistic it is that you're killing weeds in winter. Generally, I don't think you would have the weed issue in winter, realistically speaking. Hey, no, hang on a little bit. What am I doing? It seems to have weeds all the way through, just different stages of growth. All right, let the worker take care of it, and we'll sit here and watch him. All right, I did go and sleep purely because obviously you couldn't really see anything in me sitting in the tractor in the pitch dark night. So I thought it'd be easier to just go sleep, and that way do this in the morning. It's a little bit more enjoyable. So we are in January, a time where we can plant grapes. So it's I'm kind of debating on how I'm going to do this. It kind of defeats the purpose of me planting grapes if I don't have any of the equipment. And before I say that, let's have a look what we have. Okay, 300 horsepower. Cultivator. We do have that kind of power, but this is tempting, but not really. We don't really have yet the need for such a great for such a large planter. Yeah, so going back to the grapes side of things, it is obviously something that I do want to get into, grapes and olives. But at this stage, I don't have the equipment to do so. So what I'm going to do is, obviously we need to look for a slightly smaller field where we can go in plant grapes, but we need to get ourselves the harvester, the planter, and the sprayer. So we do need the equipment. We need to have the field ready. I'm not quite sure which field I would like to buy for that. There is a couple of smaller fields, but they're a bit far away from us here. So what does that mean? It means that I'm going to have to either keep all my equipment there as far as grapes is concerned, which would mean that whatever field I do decide to buy, it's going to have to be how can I say, it's going to have to be in level enough so I can put a shed there, or close enough that it's not going to drive me bananas to you know, go there and come back and go there and come back and so on. So we are going to decide on it, and unless something awesome comes up, that's what we're going to spend our money. We're going to look for a new field. It's going to be close enough by, and once we've discovered that, we will then buy that field. Hopefully there is something planted on it right now so we can make some money off that field, and yeah, that way we don't buy a field and not make anything out of it until we can afford to put grapes and all that sort of stuff on it. Because we own it left a bit of a weed there, but that's fine. Because we own the grape and the oil factory, you know, that is going to give us a bit of a benefit. I'm trying to think where I should put it. Let's just go and move you out of the way. This is where super strength is fantastic. Still hasn't gotten rid of the snow from my yard, which is a bit annoying. Okay, let's park you there. And you there. All right, I'll have a look and try and make a decision on the field, and then I'll come back. So I think this is for now our best bet to be the place where we plant grapes. So we're going to buy this field. So it's only going to cost us $87,000. So we're going to definitely buy. Oh, no, go back up there. Yes, and that's what I'm saying. We can then buy this field a little bit later. How much was this field down here? $276,000. Hey, we still have that with corn, so we need to not forget about that. So we own this field here now. So whenever we get anything to do with grapes, we're gonna bring it down here. We may even look at harvesting this grass, but at this stage, like I said, nothing in here that would help us. And to buy a mower and a baler and all that sort of stuff, you know, even the smallest, we're looking, you know, $12,000. But I could lease it. That's not that big of a deal. Whether I want to do that or not, that remains $27,000 for those two. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how we're going to deal with that. But at this stage, it's just going to be there. So we'll figure out afterwards. Well, looks like I still have the issues with the bales in the shop. We're leasing that because I wouldn't have a clue how to get rid of these. So hopefully when there'll be an update, it'll just disappear. Oh, no. You know what? Let's just see if we can pick some of these things up and take it from there. Is it because of this that is not doing it? Let's try it this way. Oh! What happened to the autoload? Autoload 8. What on earth does all of this mean? Bit late to wake up to that. All right, let's try and figure this out and then I'll come back to it. Okay, so sold and got rid of the bale trailer. I thought I might get rid of the glitch with the bales in the shop, but that didn't do nothing. Sold and got rid of the other trailer, but again nothing happened. See, this is exactly what happened with the last one. You'd rock up to next to them and press R and it would load. So I'm not sure why it's done whatever it's done. I'll just sit here for a tiny little bit, see if any of the other ones spawn up. No. So I leased this truck and this other equipment, that this truck and the trailer, purely because I needed to see if I can find myself some sort of way of getting rid of all these pallets. So I'm not quite sure. Does that mean that once you stop, you can't start it again? Is that the problem? Or I'm not quite sure what the problem was. Oh, you're kidding me. Okay, so how does this work? It's auto load, but it will not. Okay, so let's try it this way. It's supposed to auto load it, but it does not hold it. Is that what it means? Okay, so let's try it again. Okay, so it's kind of like that, hey? But I suppose, what am I complaining about? In real life, you couldn't just drive these things on the road and kind of forget it there. So you would have to do the same thing in real life. You know, one thing is a bit funny is that it does run as if a real truck type of thing, because you kind of you kind of don't get that, you know, that massive startup they used to get in FS19, where you got in the truck and pressed it on and it felt like a race car. No, you don't get that in FS22. The truck struggles to catch speed and all that sort of stuff, which is what I want to do is I want to have a look on how this operates in corners. What are you beeping at me for? I'm in my lane almost. Am I having frame issues? Wow, frame issues. I'm always having frame issues when I'm carrying letters right over here. I don't know why, but you will see if it's anything like in the past. As soon as I get past this, wow, it's come down to 14 and 15. And I go past these buildings over here. Is it looking at the buildings or is it when I'm looking away? Okay, it's not. So the letters are really playing havoc with the frame rate. It's either that or the snow, one or the other. It must be the snow then that it's doing that. Like, I have no problems running this game on super high, but as you've seen, for whatever reason, I'm going to 8. For whatever reason, it is struggling over there. Let's see, has it fixed? No, it's still there. So it must either be, it must be the snow that's massively playing around with the frame rate. Now, I do have more money than before, and that's because obviously I've sold 2 $25,000 trailers, which I had. As the frame rate still 17. Wow. So it must be the snow that's really playing havoc with at least on my behalf. Or I must be having some issues as well, because you saw I'll show you in a minute. If I go to buy anything from the shop, I have bales that for whatever reason appear there. So there's quite a few glitches with FS22. It's a bit surprising. I mean, there's always been glitches. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if I go in there, see, and they're there permanently, like they're not invisible or anything like that. So not quite sure what to do there. Let's have a look at the prices. The price of letters gone up. It's still going up. So what we're going to do is let's just put the time to 120, and then we will keep an eye on price that way.